What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Persona 5 the animation, and this episode was actually really good. The art animation was overall really damn good. I mean, granted, there wasn't that many action sequences, but I mean, it's not like jaw-dropping good or anything. But you know, from what we've seen so far from P5, I'd say this is probably some of the best we have seen. Akechi was kept to a minimum, thankfully. He only had this one little cameo appearance, which, granted, that will serve a purpose later on in the main story, but you know, overall, I mean, and of course we did see Haru finally gets her introduction. Officially, I mean, we've seen like her gain like little, you know, cameo appearances here and there that I have brought up in my previous reviews, because, you know, as we be a game player and it's like, oh hey, there's Haru, hey, there's Haru, oh hey, there's Haru, oh, okay, Haru gets another cameo, okay, but I will say this much: the voice acting this episode, it carried this episode. This without doubt was the highlight. The voice acting, great job from the Japanese cast. I just hope, I really do hope this series doesn't get English out, because, oh my god, I'm loving this anime. I know people don't like, a lot of fans of the games aren't really liking it because, you know, it's not the game. But you guys have seen my previous review, so you guys already know my 2 cents on that whole debate about the whole stuff about the P5 anime, so I'm not going to repeat myself here. Anyway, so let's begin. So it starts off, we actually, I like A1 did it, because this wasn't in the game at all, where we see our boy Kira. He wakes up, looks over to the side of his bed where, you know, Morgana uses it, and he sees like Morgana, but as he kind of like, but he's like, wait, what, Morgana? It's like, he's not there anymore. So my man Kira is over there hallucinating, but I do like that they did put that in there, really showing the connection that Morgana's had to the rest of the team, and how much he really does mean to a lot of these guys, and he's not just, you know, a cat bus. Which I do like to know, because I wasn't in the game, so I'm glad anyone did take the liberties when they did it. And there's one thing I will always give this anime props for. It's without a doubt, you know, that they actually took, they actually added some details that weren't in the game, and just, you know, improved some aspects on a couple things, like, you know, like I think they did the whole Morgana, you know, just like decided, like, you know, to, you know, up and leave and, you know, take care of Okumura by himself. I think the anime did a little bit better job of showing him off how he did feel kind of useless, was showing up that Parvon's confidant and a couple extra details. Although it looks like they're going to completely drop the whole Shadow Morgana thing, because it wasn't brought up at all in this episode, which makes you kind of wonders why they wouldn't even put there in, because now granted, there is something that happens on much later on around the end of the game that they might elaborate on it more then. I don't know, but I don't know why. But if they're not, why do they would even bother to include it? I mean, I was interested. I was intrigued. Like, okay, the Shadow Morgana, I'm intrigued by this, but now I'm like, y'all didn't even touch upon it, like, at all. So we just gonna act like that didn't happen? Okay. All right. So after, you know, the guys get there, so, you know, we see we actually start. So after, you know, we have the little thing with Akechi next, not Akechi, with Morgana. Oh no, with Akira. I mean, we see actually Akira. He's like, you know, chilling in the living room area, or in the, I guess, dining area by the bar, and, you know, LeBlanc. And there's going on about some Okumura foods, and actually Futaba is texting with Akira. Keep in mind, Futaba's right next to Futaba's like right next to Akira. Now, granted, it makes sense for them to text, not talk when they're that close, because, you know, they want to keep the fan of thieves shit on the down low. And the parents tell me, like, you know, we need to go after Morgana. We need to go into Okumura's castle. We need to go grab him. And, you know, Kira's like, okay, let's gather up the others. And so we get back. So then we actually see this. Get back to Okumura's palace, where we actually see Morgana and Haru. They're kind of like, just dodging the security, and they got, like, I like the shot they have with them together, like Haru got her hand on her hat, and Morgana got his arm crossed. I like the shot overall. And then we get back to where they're at Okumura's headquarters, and I gotta say, my man Ryuji acts like a massive tsundere in this episode. Now, me personally, with the whole tsundere trope, I feel like it could probably work to where I'm not annoyed at it, because I think Morgana, since, you know, Ryuji wasn't like a tsundere in this episode, I'd say I like it. I think he was gonna fight there. And, you know, of course, you know, for any of the Bleach fans out there who wants to watch this video, you guys know that James Hansen preaches Ruruka's greatness and preaches her all day, every day. But I will say, if there's one show that I've seen that makes tsunderes so fucking annoying, it's without doubt Black Clover. Now, you guys know that, if you guys follow me on my social medias, you guys know that I am of course, you know, watching Black Clover on Toonami. I mean, I mentioned this in some of my previous reviews like a while ago, but I forget. I also forget her name, but she's a chick, with the white hair that's part of the royal blood, but she doesn't have really good control over her magic, so they kind of look at her as like some less than sort of thing. But she acts like, you guys know the memes of Tsundere. It's like, it's not like I like her or anything, baka. That. Imagine that times 1,000, and then you got this chick. Because literally, throughout the entire show, after she has her after she has her initial interactions with Asta, she literally acts like, and she's like, no, she does. Now keep in mind, when I say she's annoying, it's not because she doesn't really know how to express her feelings, so she always works the of course calling him baka. Well, I watched it done, so it's stupid, and of course beating him. They have that, but the one thing that really makes it annoying is that she's like that internally. Now, great, I haven't seen too many animes with tsunderes in them. I think Black Clover is really the only one I've seen with actually predominant tsundere, because I don't watch harem animes. At least not anymore. I've seen a couple here and there, but Monster Musume is on my bucket list, because everyone talks about Monster Musume in High School DxD, but besides Infinite Strats, I don't think I've seen any, predominant harem animes that I can at least think of off the top of my head. Okay, well, there's also School Days, but we all know School Days is fucking shit. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. What I hate about her the most is that she's like, she's like, why am I following? It's not like I like him or anything. I'm like, because she has internal monologue about her saying that she doesn't like him, but so obviously she does. And when she's starting, it gets really annoying and all. That's what I meant to say. It just gets really annoying. Anyway, enough of me talking about Black Clover. I just had to talk about that because, man, is that chick so annoying. I mean, I get it. It's the tsundere trope. I know people like that, but have it externally where she's actually talking to us. But if you put that shit internally too, when she's having monologues about why is she following? Why am I following? It's not like I like him or anything. It just gets on my fucking nerves. Especially when it happens multiple times throughout an episode. It just gets on my nerves. But enough jibber jabber about that. We get back to the episode at hand. We get On talks. On's Ryuji's and this cat's worth more than is worth more. It causes more more pain. Causes more headaches than he's actually worth. And then On's like, oh, I thought you were worried about more guys. Like, I ain't worried. My man Ryuji. Like I said, he acts like a massive son today in this episode. Then he asks, and then more on as Futaba, hey Futaba, you managed to get the keywords right for Okumura Castle, and oh my god, there's another thing that I am glad this anime has indeed mastered, and has done justice to the game, even surpassed the game, because this was not in the game, and I'm glad everyone did put this in there. Was it that Futaba? Best girl. They have given Best Girl Futaba the master treatment. They have done her good. They kept her and they stayed to the sword material, adding in some other moments with Futaba. Great shit. You guys know I consider Futaba Best Girl personified. I don't think we're gonna get a confidant on this raid. I mean, maybe we might around because we're on episode 20 now. There's only 4 episodes left, and we still got a decent chunk of the game left. We still got we still got some chunk of the game, so I don't know how anyone's gonna really. I feel like the pace is probably gonna be super fast now, probably because like I said, they only have 4 episodes left. Unless they extended it, unless they've actually extended it, which I don't believe they have, because I'm pretty sure this is just 24 episodes. But yeah, because we still got a decent chunk of the game left. We are on the end game right now. But 4 episodes with the content that's left, I don't know if they're really gonna focus that much, or either they're gonna just either they're not gonna touch Futaba's comment, which I'll be disappointed about, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, or they're just gonna either A, they're gonna rush through it, or B, they're not gonna touch it, or C, that they'll just rush through the main material, which I don't know about that, because some of the stuff was really damn important. You should not just brush over it, but we'll have to wait and see, because like I said, there's still a decent chunk of the game left. I don't know how anyone's going to do this in 4 episodes, but we'll have to wait and see with the pacing on that. So, we see Futaba, she's like, oh yeah, I got it. And so she was like, the look of Futaba, it's like a kung fu, where Bruce Lee was like, that was Futaba, she was matching our keyboard, trying to get the different, codes there. She's like, as her hands get slowly go faster and faster and faster. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. And the keywords were, if I remember correctly, was outer space and big. It was not Big Bang Burger or Big Corporation. It was something big. It was big something. My memory isn't really good right now. So they put the keywords in there. They of course get in. They of course get into it, and I still really like this part in the game because this is definitely one part where I'll definitely say that A1 definitely did better. That the anime did do a better job than the game was the initial interaction between Morgana and Haru or the rest of the families. I love how they did this, but we'll talk about that when we get to that. And so we get to use. So then they're walking to the palace. They're like, okay. They get by where all these workers are that are portrayed as robots. They got the Big Bang Burger logo in the back. So this is how Okumura views his workers. It's just pretty much just mindless robots, mindless machines, more or less. And it's just like, and we see one of the breakdown, as Ryuji pointed out. They like as soon as they break, immediately get rid of them. Don't try and fix them. You just get rid of them. Like no. Like, nope, like, just wash your hands, bro. So they make their way to this door, which is locked behind some, you need authorization, like fingerprints or something. They can't get in there because, of course, they're not released anymore. So then that's when Haru and Morgana shows up, and oh my god, was this so much better in the game? Because it was funny in the game, but with the addition of the art and animation A1 put in here, oh my god, was the scene just so much better. So we first had their own interaction in Futaba, and like Haru's messing up her lines. He's like, I am the beauty thief, and then Morgana has a constant reminder, like, do this, and it's like, and they look like this, like they don't know what to do. It's like Morgana's like, we've practiced this so many times, and it was hilarious. The art and animation was fantastic in this scene. And so after we had that whole interaction, it was hilarious. I love the scene where Haru's like, points at different Phantom Thieves, and she's like, she points to Akira like, what does the Phantom Thief stand for? It's like, supporting the innocent and crushing the evildoers, and she's like, you're right. Oh shit. Points to Ryuji about how he's vulgar, points to Yusuke, they can't take a hit, and then she points to Ann, and I was like, oh, what are you gonna say? She dresses like a slut or something? And so, but she ends up forgetting her lines. I'm like, I feel like I'm all the easiest, out of all the guys you could insult, Ann's probably like the easiest just from her outfit. Not that I say I'm hating, like, oh, she should cover up. I'm like, I'm just saying, so Haru kind of seems more of like a classroom one that doesn't really, because like even throughout the game, we do not see her in any revealing clothes, like at all, at least to my memory. While on, we usually always see her in like semi-revealing clothes, usually, most of the times. Anyway, so she gets over to the doorway. Ryuji's like, no, don't bother. We couldn't get it open. She puts her hand on it, and she's like, authorization cleared. And so the door opens, and then Ann's like, behind you, and it's an army of robots being ready to just take them all out. So they're like, oh shit, they get out of there. Ryuji and the others, they talk about how, has, Morgana, or actually it was Futaba, has Morgana betrayed us. Akira's like, no, nah, I wouldn't go that far. And he said, I don't think, yeah, me neither. And from here on, we get back to Haru, where she is actually at her house with, of course, with her father Okumura. He's like, on the phone, talking about politics, he's like, just want to get football, and he talks about how, you're home, yes. Are you getting along with Sugamura? I believe the dude's name was Sugamura's son. He's like, yes. All right. And so he's like, and so that. So then he leaves, and we get back to Haru's bed. She talked about Morgana, yada 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 yada. Actually, before that, we see they're wondering who is the beauty thief? Who is she? Makoto actually manages to figure out that yes, it was indeed Haru. Because they go and confront her, tell her, hey, what do you guys want? Why you? And she pretty much explains that, she's heard so many things about her father, she wanted to confirm this, and so when she accidentally found Morgana and followed him into where she, of course, led into, his palace, to, of course, where she awakened our persona, which they still don't show it to us in the anime, which, I mean, I don't really care either way. They didn't show it in the game either, but I was kind of like looking up, because, how it ended last week, I was like, oh, they're going to show us, Haru's, awakening. They still don't, which, whatever, ain't a huge deal breaker to me. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that are still pissed off about that, and not even the game showed it, but, no, whatever. And so, then Ryu's like, okay, well, we help you guys out. And she's like, no, we good. We can do this by ourselves. We don't need your help. It talks also about, how, you can't help Morgana, yada, 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 yada. And so then we actually see a little bit of the other supporting characters. We see a little bit Akira visits the the reporter, she taught, and you have to like know about what she knows about Okumura. Tells like, he's very ambitious, that he's been getting into politics, yada 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 yada. And so then we get to the fortune teller. Now we saw the fortune teller a little bit a few weeks back, but this is when we actually really started to focus on her. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I love how the anime did this. So so she's like, excuse me, and then she reads Akira's fate, and then, oh my god, I loved how A1 did this. So we get this after she reads him his fate. She's like, it's like, he's like, she's like, have you lost something? He's like, yes, but like, don't worry, like, your fate says that you'll get it back, blah 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 blah. But without doubt, my favorite part was right here, where she's like, but hey, if you want to make your fate even luckier, ta-da! This holy gem, only for a mere 100,000 yen. And when she looks up, our boy Akira has already left. I love because actually the game for Confidant, you did actually buy it. You were actually full enough to buy it. Of course, it was ended up just being, I think it was made out like salt or something. It was hilarious. I love how A1 just was like, nah, I ain't falling for your tricks. I love that A1 did put that in there. Great touch from them. So then we get back to Akira's place. He tells Mishima's texting him, tell him the fan site's popping right now. Just people are thanking you for doing the request. Yada 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 yada. So then we get back to Mementos, where we see Ryuji, Morgana. They're probably just chilling this way. Like Futaba's on her laptop eating, I think raw. I think she's eating eating like instant ramen, and so then I see Morgana and Haru actually show up. Yeah, Akira and the others asking why are you here? You've been filling your request for the fan side. He's like, yeah, of course she needs experience. She's still wet behind the ears, so she needs some experience. And so everyone starts making please come home, Morgana, Futaba, on Akira. It's all Akira too. Morgana's come back. But then we get to my man Ryuji. I gotta say, voice acting. Like I said before, if without doubt, the voice acting. Not saying this episode was bad, but the voice acting, helped it out. Definitely carried the episode because the voice acting was great in this episode. And Ryuji Bruce does his best to apologize. I've been thinking he acts like a bastard, like I say, he acts like a tsundere throughout this whole episode. And it's I've been thinking lately that, what's justice when you can't do your friends, and, he's trying to, you can tell Ryuji isn't really wanting to, really show his emotions that much, unless when he's pissed off, and you tell how much he hates someone. But, Kira helps him out a little bit till, he wants to demonstrate justice with his friends, and then, but then, right when we got Morgana on the ropes, it looks like she's just about to, he's about to come back. My man Ryuji. It's just some dumb shit that I'm sure we all, whether you're an anime only or a game player, facepalm. He said, and I won't call you useless anymore. The art animation on Morgana's face, greatest. The overall art animation this episode was overall really good. But I'm just like, Ryuji, you dumbass! Come on, man, you had him, but then you gotta throw that shit, and they're like, he's like, oh, so I am useless to you, right? And so then he runs. Hora's like, oh, farewell. There's a fucking smoke pellet. Where the fuck did she get smoke pellets? Throws in, the things like that. I'm like, I want to know where Hora got smoke pellets, because I don't recall her ever getting smoke pellets. Or anyone in the families has smoke pellets. Anyway, we get back to, back to our world, where we see Haru, walking down this alleyway with Morgana. And so, we actually then see, and then Morgana's taking his leave after she actually were you right there, not accepting the coming back. He's like, no, they're chicks anyway, fuck them. And so, and then, we see this person, Haru's, of course, we know that she's filled with, Sugimura, I believe his name is. And he's like, oh, Haru, I haven't been able to reach you. It's on your phone. But I have a and then he talks about, how he actually has a fucking GPS on her. Yeah. Yeah, that's, if you want a technical example on who not to date, this fucker is one of them. If your boyfriend or girlfriend, whichever, got a GPS installed on your phone, leave them, because they paranoid as fuck, and you do not want to deal with that shit. Trust me on that. So, So then, he grabs her wrist, and she's like, ow, it hurts, and then, my man, and he's talking like, I need to train, we need to train, you're walking into a politician family, we can't have any scandals, I need to train you well, like she's a fucking dog. And so she grabs her wrist, and it was just like, she's like, ow, it hurts, and then my man Morgana comes in there trying to help her out, like, grabs his leg, and she's like, who is this, and then tosses, and then, of course, since Morgana is indeed a cat, but not a badass cat like a tiger, a lion, or a black panther that could easily fuck you up. Since he's just a house cat, he gets attacked me. It's not like Iggy Bad and Star Crusade where he's like beat within to an inch of his life and blood's all over the place. It's just hard to watch. He just slams against a wall, and he's like kind of like knocked out from there. And so Akira, and then she yells, and then Morgana's yelling Haru, and then Akira, or I think it was actually Ryuji that made Akira. And so they rush over to the south. They rush over there. They find Haru. They the dude's like, who the hell are you? He's like, we're acquaintances. Who the hell are you? He's like, I said, oh Haru, why don't you tell me who I am? And he's like, this man is my fiance. Like, and the voice acting. Ooh, the voice acting here. All those voice actors. Good job on her. So, everyone's shocked. And, of course, the fucker eventually leaves. And he's like, I'll report this to your father. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, Akira, I think it was either Akira or Yusuke talked about how they're going to, call the authorities, they're going to call for help, and they're going to cause a massive scene. And, of course, this dude wants to keep everything on the down low. Like I said, doesn't want any scandals. He has the thing, he's like, I'll report this to your father. And so, they also takes his leave. Everyone asks, hey, Makoto asks Haru, hey, you okay? And then, she's like, never mind me, took out Morgana, and then, Han's holding Morgana in her arms, and Futo's like, Mona! And, and so they take her home. After those, they call she makes us calm down. She's like pretty just worn out at this point. And then we got my man Ryuji screaming at the top of his head, rushing upstairs, like, Morgana, I got a first rate kid. And they're like, shh. I just managed to get him to calm down. And so then Morgana eventually wakes up. So when he wakes up, he talks for pretty much that he wants. It's pretty time for us to disband fans. Like, we're done with it. We're calling it. And so, because, of all the trolling calls, yada, yada, yada. And I say, the voice actor here with Morgana's who actually, is it a woman or a man that voices Morgana? I honestly can't tell. Anyway, they did, he/she did a great job. And and while it's going on, Morgana Haru picks up Morgana, he's like, you should stop lying, Mona-chan. And so, and then he's like, you like being here, don't you? And my man Morgana starts hawking, but I could say, the art animation here, A1, you did a good job with the art animation here. And this part right here, the art animation here was great. And he starts talking plus he's like, of course not, I like it here. Then he's like, then he talks about why you always want to be human, and then eventually, is made honest. He then bees honest with them and tells that he really just wanted a reason, because all the other guys have the reason. Kira has his reason, Morgana has his reason, Ryuji has his reasons, Futaba, Makoto, yada yada. They all have the reasons for joining the families, but he really didn't really have other than to be human. Even then, he didn't really know if he was 100%. That yes, I am a human. I want to return. And then Ryuji comes in there, redeems himself, talks about how you ain't useless. You don't need a reason. You're our friend. You're good with us. And so everyone then they all they're all like, okay, we're staying together. We're sticking together. Let's do this. And so, at the end of the episode, we have where Morgana says, I'm going to go to sleep. Now, for you guys, game players know about the meme about of Morgana was telling you to go to bed. I'm surprised A1 didn't just go the meme round, have him say, go to bed, Akira, or go to bed, Red. Nope, he just said to go to bed until the end. So that's where the episode ends. We actually get a little post-credit scene actually with Haru talking to her father. Pretty much where she wants to tell him, where she's like, you're welcome into Sugimura's household. But she's like, and she tries to speak her mind, tell her one thing I forgot to mention. While this is all going down, after they have their little moment with Morgana and everybody, Haru realized that after she met Morgana that she should speak her mind. So she ends up yelling at the top of her lungs, "I can't stand that creep." Which, nice job, Haru, to finally admit that yes, this dude is a creep and definitely should definitely have his balls removed because that fucker does not deserve to keep them. And so she tries to be her mind, but she ends up not really doing because like your father tells her, your father tells her, I'm busy with the company. Would you kindly please fuck off? Pretty much what he says. So overall, I give this episode a 9 out of 10. The voice acting, which I would characters with the art and animation here was probably the best in the series because like the stuff that they had with the jokes with Morgana. It was great. The art animation was definitely the best I've seen from A1 so far from the P5 anime. So yeah, so tell me all you do. So yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow my Instagram, leave down your below. As always, come back for more. See you guys next time.